Okay, hello everybody. Let's start here. I'm Goldsmith Student, or so my name says on my Twitch account. My real name, though, is Ilya, as some of you have insisted on calling me in our email messages. So yeah, what's the purpose of this stream? I'm decided to broadcast every week on Thursdays, just as a way to say hello, and also as a kind of record or a place where I can talk out some of the things that I'm finding, and also share with you guys some of my own favorite games and some of my own sort of gaming habits. But before I blabber on too much more, why don't I give a short introduction? So as you guys hopefully know by now, I've been hanging out in your chats, and thank you so much for having me. I'm a graduate student at Goldsmiths College, and it's part of the University of London in the UK. But you'll notice from my accent that I'm not actually British, I'm actually Canadian. I'm an international student, and I made the trip over to Europe to study at Goldsmiths because it's a really great department, and there's some really great people there. But more specifically, my supervisor is really great, and she supported this project, and it's very exciting to be here in London. What is the project? Well, I study live video streaming on Twitch, but I call it a cultural study, and I'm interested in the communities that you guys form in your live streams, as well as the sort of evolution of gaming video gaming culture. In the past, I've been a teacher, actually. I teach English as a second language at colleges and university back in Canada. And I've also spent a year teaching in Japan. I lived in Tokyo for a year, which was really awesome. Great time. I recommend going if you can. I tried to incorporate gaming into my teaching. So I would often bring games into the classroom, play with students, and I found it to be a very valuable sort of language learning tool. The communities that we form in gaming are really about communication, and so it's really, really useful for a language learner to practice their skills. And so I used it in the classroom for many years, and then I decided, well, let's try and do a study about this. Let's do a master's degree and study what games have to teach us and what kind of learning we can do in video games. And so I did my master's thesis about learning in video games. At first, anyway, it was about learning in video games, but it turned out to many other things. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can ask me about that in the future, or you can check my personal webpage for more details about my past experience and past projects. It's in the description down below. Okay, so yeah, my name is Ilya. I'm Canadian, and I'm the Goldsmith student. What about this project that we're doing now? Well, I'm really interested in Twitch personally, but also professionally. I mean, it's really taking off right now as a business, but it's also drawing a lot of attention from academics and from some of my colleagues. And live streaming definitely changes how we can watch and play video games, but some people are suggesting that it's a revolution. It's revolutionizing gaming, and that's what I'm here to explore. I'm here to explore, well, what is revolutionary about Twitch? How are we using it as gamers? And what does it mean for us and for the future of gaming? Cool. So that's the dry stuff. These Thursdays are all about sort of playing together, and then maybe talking more about the theoretical stuff if you guys are interested. I was thinking I'll also put some of the theory and writing that I'm doing up on the website as well as on my Twitter, so feel free to follow my Twitter account or my YouTube account for more details. This is all new for me, so I want to keep it fun, but I also want to try and make it work. So hopefully you guys can help me to make it work, and we'll grow into a bigger community. Okay, enough of that. Let's talk games. This is Diablo 3. Some of you have played it before. Some of you maybe have never seen it. It's an action RPG, and I play a demon hunter. It's sort of like my main game, although I haven't been gaming for the past couple of months because I've been watching all of you guys game. So I might be a bit rusty. So here it goes. This is Demon Hunter.
Not ready yet.
In Diablo 3, and she's not ready yet. So that volume is gonna have to come down, isn't it? Sound. There we go. Oh yes, and I do live in London, so it is very loud. You might hear the noise of sirens or the street. I live in a student hall residence, so that you'll have to bear with me. So yeah, this is Diablo. I like to play because it's sort of simple. It's an action RPG. It's fast-paced. It doesn't really require too much knowledge to get going, but you can take it to a higher level if you want to. I think that's the cool thing about Diablo. I have played it quite a bit, definitely quite a bit. I don't know if I feel comfortable showing you my hours, but why not? Let's see, how do I check hours? View profile. So my Demon Hunter characters. This one is season 2 or 3, I don't remember what season we're in, and she's got 216 hours played. But if you look at my non-season one, which has been there from the beginning, she's got almost 2,000 hours played. Oh my god. Yeah. So like I said in the description down below, the real me, I'm definitely a gamer first and a researcher second, as you can see from the hours played. I like Diablo 3, but I also play Dirt 3. I like to race around in cars. I play Counter-Strike Go a bit. Thanks to one of my participants on the study, I've been renewing an interest in that. I play Guild Wars 2, Super Mario 64, some oldies, and even some MOBA games. I'm trying to learn Heroes of the Storm at the moment. Maybe a bit of League of Legends, but I'm not sure. Diablo is easy for me. I'm a bit of an older gamer. Maybe I should tell you my age. Why not? Why not? So I'm not that old, hopefully. But you guys might think I am. I'm 30, actually. 30 years old. So I remember Diablo 1 and Diablo 2, and those were sort of the games that I played when I was a kid growing up. And so Diablo is near and dear to my heart, and it comes almost as second nature. And let's do a greater rift here. I don't know, I haven't played in a while. Maybe we should do something low. Yeah. So yeah, so Diablo 3 is a fun game to play. You guys should check it out if you haven't already. It's weird streaming, so this is my first time streaming, first time broadcasting. And you just basically talk to yourself quite a bit if you don't have an audience. I'm hoping that in future broadcasts I'll be able to entice some of you to join me, and maybe we can talk a little bit about streaming and about how you guys are doing in your streams, and maybe even we could theorize a bit about what this whole thing on Twitch is all about, what's going on in the communities that we lead. One of the things that I found early on in my interviews with you guys is that it's more than just a game now, isn't it? It's kind of a place to hang out. It's kind of a family for some of you. It's definitely a community, and this is the buzzword, you know. Community, the internet has always been about communities, and academics have been interested in communities forever and ever, but I think there's something different and unique about a Twitch community, and that's coming out in a lot of the early stuff that you guys are telling me, and also the stuff that your viewers talk about on stream. So one of the things that I think defines a community is that it's people living together in some way. But living has a sort of a broad definition. You're not actually living on stream. Well, hopefully not, but you spend a lot of time together and you do stuff together. Oh, like die. Like that. See, I just died. I haven't played in a while. Did I mention I haven't played in a while? I should probably hang back a bit. That is what we call an elite. And he has jailer, which is what we call cheap ass mechanic. Something I find also is interesting is that games have come a long way, but not really. You know, I'm actually really dissatisfied with a lot of my games. That's why I play so many different ones. I feel like I burn out quickly on this stuff. And I think in the future, I'd like to chat with you guys about that. I think burnout is a serious thing that definitely happens to us all as gamers, and especially, I'm sure, with you guys as streamers, because you have like an added pressure of actually, you know, performing. It's work. I think one of the things that I want to write about is how streaming is work. It's a job, and it's labor. It's definitely labor, and you know, I think it's only right that you guys should get recognized for that work. You know, that's why I subscribed. I made a strong case to my university. I said, look, I'm doing this study, and it's very important to me that I subscribe to my participants, because yes, I can tune in for free. Oops, I died again. But it's important to participate on that higher level, to acknowledge that this is a real community with real interests and real people with a real job, a real profession. So I know some of you don't like me saying that. Some of you want to keep it casual, and that's cool. And you also, some of you want to, you know, do other things. You have actual jobs. Some of you, you have other interests outside of streaming. But I think it's definitely important to elevate streaming to a higher level discussion of the work that it actually takes to do it. I mean, even just setting this thing up was pretty technical. Like, how did you guys learn all that stuff? It took me a while. I had to read a lot. I had to figure out how to get my settings right. And even now, I'm not even sure if this is working. I'm just going for it. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the game. This is Diablo, yeah, as I said. This is a greater rift. In Diablo, you have what's called an infinite scaling dungeon. Basically, the enemies get harder and harder and harder forever until you fail. And this is level 51 of the dungeon. Some would say that's pretty high. I would say not really. Once you learn, once you get the right gear, you can pretty much face roll it as I am doing here. It's not a hard game, Diablo, but then, you know, that's what everybody always says about their games, right? I hear some of you saying it's not a hard game, and it is. Like, for example, Guild Wars 2. Some of you played Guild Wars 2, and that's a hard game for me. I have a hard time in that game. Or, you know, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario 64. Some of you are speedrunners. And what you guys do, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine how you do it. Some of you might be wondering, you know, how did I find you? Well, I started the study as a kind of organic ground-up approach. So I recruited streamers. I recruited you all based on my personal interest in your games, in your streams. So each and every one of you are people that I tuned into before I started the study. I thought you were great streamers before we got started, and I also thought you played great games before. So that's how I found you. And although I don't actually play the games you play very well, I learn a lot from your streams, and so I felt like it was important to try and get your voice on the project and get your input on the project. And that's how I found you, and I'm really happy, pleased to join you guys for these past 2 months. It's hard to believe it's already been 2 months, but it has. And I really feel like I'm getting to know some of you guys. I'm probably chatting a lot. I'm not used to talking to myself. This is my first time. First time talking to myself. I should probably get the chat window up. Maybe somebody is in here. Nope, nobody is in here. I will send you all a message after this stream to let you know what the schedule is, so you can tune in next time if you like. And of course, I'm going to put all this footage on YouTube as well, for your reference too. If you'd like to hear what I'm thinking on, and you can't catch a stream, it'll be on YouTube. So hopefully you can all catch in. All right, so this elite here has Vortex and Mortar, and he's shooting stuff, and he's jumping all over the place. And I'm dead. Yeah. So one of the things about playing on Greater Rift level 51 is that everything kills you in one hit, which you could say is kind of cheap, but that's part of the excitement. As a Demon Hunter, you just die if they hit you, so don't get hit, right? Learn to play. No, but some of the stuff in this game, though, genuinely annoys me. I mean, infinite dungeon scaling is cool, but it's kind of lazy game design, and I'm finding a lot of laziness in modern games and in modern game design. That's why I like to follow some of you guys playing the old ones, the old classics, because those are just better games. I don't mean to sound like an old fart now, but I think the classics are just better games sometimes. You know, if I play this again, I think I'll try and play something different every stream, just to show you guys the full range of games that I'm interested in. Because, you know, Diablo's got lots of pretty colors, but not all, you guys might not be all that interested in it. I picked Diablo first, though, because it is sort of my main game. I spent the most amount of time in it lately. Not ever, but just lately. I probably spent the most amount of time ever playing Guild Wars 1. That was my first major time sink. Wonderful game, awesome game, just masterwork. And some of you will disagree, but I think it's massively better than Guild Wars 2. There you go, that's the controversy for the day. Guild Wars 1 is a better game than Guild Wars 2. Interestingly though, Guild Wars 1 was a game I didn't actually like very much at first. I only played it because I was bored of Diablo 2. Oh look, it's Orlash. Look, he's going to try and catch me. This is the Rift Guardian. He's the boss that spawns at the end of every rift. And they're supposed to be really difficult, but you see with Orlash, because of my freeze ability, he's just going to never be able to catch me. Look at him, he's trying to run after me, and he just can't catch me. Oh, poor Orlash. Wouldn't he like to get the Demon Hunter? But he can't. I'm surprised this is working. If it is indeed working, I'll have to review the video afterwards. But. So yeah, every Thursday we're going to do this. Very short stream to catch up, share with you guys some of my findings, try and talk to you guys about some of my questions even. One of the methods that I think is important. Oh, hello, motorcycle. One of the things that I think is important to my method is that I talk to you guys more often, not just in stream, but maybe even off stream in the future, to try and figure out some of these things I've been wondering about, and maybe even share the writing with you guys. What do I do now? Oh yeah, I have to talk to this person. Before all of your eyes glaze over and you fall asleep to my mumbling, I just wanted to say that I see this as a partnership, and I don't want to freak you guys out, but my thesis, my PhD project is a partnership project, and I think you guys should have input in what I write and in what I think and say, and so I'm hoping that we'll have partnerships in inquiry together, and maybe we can write the book on Twitch, so to speak, together. And yeah, so that's my corny sales pitch. I haven't played this game in ages. I don't even know. I'm just gonna melt everything. This is gear. Probably sucks. Yeah. You can dance in this game, like so. That was added in a patch, funny enough. Much to the controversy in the community, a lot of people said, well, we don't need dancing in Diablo, we need actual good end game, please. No more dancing, but I think dancing is important. Definitely a good thing to have. I've got wings. If you're wondering what are the wings, those are collector's edition wings. Eternal Conflict. I got that from the collector's edition of Diablo 3 when I bought it. There's a story there I could tell you sometime. The other wings I have are from pre-ordering Reaper of Souls, and I just don't like them as much. They're not as pretty, I think. Oh yeah, and I guess, you know, the other thing is this stream's about, you know, meeting the person behind the chat. I mean, I am Goldsmith student, but I'm also Ilya, but I'm also a gamer. I'm also Shiva in Diablo 3. And my gamer tag is, how do I do that? My gamer tag is Blade025. That's the name I've had since I was a kid as a gamer. And there's a story behind that too. There's stories behind everything. Maybe I'll share with you sometime. Anyway, that's going to about wrap it up for today. It's sort of a test stream, a quick hello. And I will send you all messages with an invitation to join me next time. Maybe we can chat. Keep up the great streaming, guys. I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, hopefully we can play together again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.